Hey, good morning, folks. It's Pastor Stephen here with another No Frills Daily Devotional, and we are going to be talking about No Lone Rangers. No Lone Rangers. What are you talking about, Stephen? Well, hey, I don't know if you know this or not, but here in the Midwest, which is where I'm from, we have this tendency to privatize our faith or privatize our experience with God. We take on this mindset that it's my faith and it's my belief in God and it's my relationship, and that's true. That's true. That is right. Okay? But yesterday in a prayer video that I shot with my friend Pastor Kirk, he had a great statement that I've been chewing on for a little while today. And he was talking about how that is true, but that's not the whole story. Okay? And what do we mean by that? Well, I've been talking a little bit about the gospel, or a lot of it, and I believe that there's 5 key components or 5 key dimensions to the gospel. All right, now just hang with me for just a second. All right, and where I get this from is from Isaiah 61, and the first aspect of the gospel is freedom. Okay, we get freedom. Okay, Jesus died on the cross to bring us freedom. Okay, and then the next component is exchange. Okay, and so what does that mean? It's me trading my life for Jesus's life. Okay, and then the third component is purpose. Now that I've traded my life for his, now I can walk in the purpose and the calling that he has for my life. And then the fourth component is blessing. Now as I walk in my purpose and my calling, now I experience his blessing. And then the last component, the fifth dimension of the gospel, you are now entering the fifth dimension, is witness or testimony. Okay, where now I get to share my experience, my freedom, my exchange, my purpose, my blessing. Now I get to share that with other people. Now, where does that come from? Okay, well, it comes from Isaiah 61, but it also comes from lots of other places in the Bible. But I'm going to show it to you here from Isaiah 61. It's the verse 9 of this same chapter that I've gotten those other 4 dimensions of the gospel from. And it reads like this: their descendants will be known among the nations, and their offspring among the peoples. All who see them will acknowledge that they are a people the Lord has blessed. Okay? And so as I start to experience the full gospel living out in my life or playing out in my life, suddenly now I'm going to be this witness. I'm going to bring this testimony of the goodness of God to other people. There's another passage that relates to this just a couple chapters earlier in Isaiah, and it's in a section about the servant of the Lord, which is an allusion to Jesus. And it's in Isaiah 49, and it's the tail end of verse 6, and it reads like this: I will also make you a light for the Gentiles, talking to the Jews in this passage, that you may bring my salvation to the ends of the earth. And so what I see here is this exponential increase, right? As I get saved, as I experience the freedom and the exchange and the purpose and the blessing, now my life becomes a witness and a testimony that can be an exponential increase of God's kingdom. Okay? Suddenly now I get grafted in to the body of believers, and now my life becomes a witness or a testimony to other people. And so where does this come from? Why talk about no lone rangers at the beginning, Stephen? Well, because we have this tendency to personalize and privatize our faith. Okay? In our prayer videos, if you've been watching any of the prayer videos that we do at our church, we do this, we talk about the difference between a microscopic view and a telescopic view. Okay? A lot of times in prayer, we're trying to get God to stare into our microscope, right? The things that are going on right here. Okay? God, you need to look into my microscope. Do you see what's going on? And a lot of times, prayer, God is trying to get you to just peek into his telescope and get a broader view, get a bigger perspective of all that is going on in the world around you. Okay, my friend Kirk, he was talking about it like this. He was talking about how if you ever take a big group picture, right? A big group picture, and you're looking in that group picture, you come to look at that picture, what's the first thing you look for? Yourself. You tend to look for yourself in that picture, and you will judge a group picture, whether it's 5 people, 10 people, or 100 people, you will often judge that whole group picture based off of how you look in that picture. And we have this tendency to judge what God is doing in the whole world based on what's happening right now in my life, right? And we got to get out of that habit. We got to get out of this microscopic view and take on a broader perspective of what God is doing and who God is. And so the idea here is then, as Christians, this is why we can't be lone rangers. We need each other. We need each other because it gets us out of our microscopes. It gets us out of our personal little bubbles of what's happening right here within this 3-inch bubble around my life. Okay, it gets me out of that. I got to get out of this habit of isolating myself. Okay, I was thinking about it like this yesterday. If you've ever read Luke 15, the parable of the lost sheep, okay, where Jesus leaves the 99. It's this beautiful story where Jesus leaves the 99 sheep and goes and rescues the one sheep that's lost. But that's not the whole story, okay? And it doesn't end with Jesus and that lost sheep now riding off or walking off in the sunset together by themselves to go be alone. No. What does Jesus do? Okay? In that story, the lost sheep gets brought back home. Well, who's back home? The other 99 sheep, right? That's the rest of the story. We need each other to expedite and exponentially increase the kingdom of God. So, take on that freedom. Exchange your life for His. Walk in your purpose. Experience His blessings. But then, let your light shine so that men may see what's going on in you and glorify Him. Hey, have an awesome day, you guys. Be blessed.